Why women crave emotional connection. Before sex, psychology. Facts. For most women, sexual desire doesn't start with physical touch. It begins with the mind and emotions. Unlike men, who can often respond quickly to visual or physical stimulation, women usually require a deeper sense of connection before their bodies fully respond. The brain is the most powerful sexual organ. When a woman feels emotionally secure, cared for, and understood, her brain releases hormones like oxytocin, also called the bonding hormone. This chemical not only increases trust, but also makes physical intimacy feel more rewarding. Without this emotional groundwork, her arousal may remain low, even if physical touch is present. Communication plays a major role as well. Gentle words, expressions of appreciation, and genuine attention make her feel desired on a deeper level. This mental stimulation sparks dopamine, the pleasure chemical, which directly fuels sexual desire. Foreplay, therefore, is not just about touching the body. It's about creating anticipation, connection, and emotional alignment. A kiss filled with passion, a conversation that makes her feel valued, or even laughter that builds comfort can all be forms of foreplay that heighten desire. On the flip side, when emotional closeness is missing, many women report feeling disconnected or even resistant to intimacy. Stress, unresolved conflicts, or lack of trust can block natural arousal, no matter how strong the physical attraction may be. In short, for women, desire is deeply tied to emotions. The more connected she feels mentally and emotionally, the more her body opens up physically. True intimacy isn't built just on touch. It's created through emotional bonding, trust, and shared passion. How stress blocks female arousal, psychology and human behavior. Many people think low desire in women comes from a lack of attraction, but often the real culprit is stress. When a woman feels anxious, overworked, or emotionally overwhelmed, her body automatically resists intimacy, even if she loves her partner deeply. Here's why. The body releases a hormone called cortisol during stressful moments. High cortisol levels interfere with natural arousal by reducing blood flow to the pelvic area and preventing vaginal lubrication. This is the body's way of prioritizing survival over reproduction. In other words, if the mind feels unsafe, the body won't respond sexually. This is why creating a calm, supportive environment matters so much. Gentle reassurance, emotional presence, and patience help reduce stress, allowing oxytocin, the bonding hormone, to take over. Oxytocin lowers cortisol, relaxes the body, and opens the door to intimacy. Foreplay can also be a stress reliever. Touch, kissing, playful teasing, and laughter signal safety to the brain. When a woman feels emotionally supported, her muscles relax, blood flow increases, and her body naturally prepares for pleasure. It's also important to understand that stress doesn't only come from work or external pressures. Relationship conflicts, lack of communication, or feeling unappreciated can create inner tension that directly blocks arousal. A partner who listens, validates, and shows care can turn that barrier into a bridge toward deeper connection. In summary, stress is one of the biggest silent killers of female desire. But with patience, emotional support, and the right environment, it can be transformed into closeness. When a woman feels safe and understood, her body responds naturally, making intimacy both physical and deeply emotional. Why foreplay matters more than penetration for women. Psychology. Facts for many women. True sexual satisfaction doesn't begin with penetration, it starts with foreplay. Psychologists and sex researchers agree that women often need more time and stimulation before their bodies fully prepare for intimacy. During foreplay, the brain releases dopamine and oxytocin, the hormones responsible for pleasure, bonding, and trust. These chemicals calm the nervous system and heighten desire, allowing the body to respond naturally. Blood flow increases in the pelvic region, the vaginal walls swell, and natural lubrication begins, all signs that her body is ready for deeper intimacy. Foreplay is more than physical touch. Whispered words, emotional reassurance, gentle teasing, and passionate kissing create a sense of anticipation that excites the brain. When a woman feels emotionally engaged and mentally connected, her physical arousal intensifies. Without foreplay, many women experience discomfort. The vaginal muscles may remain tense, lubrication may be minimal, and intimacy may feel more like pressure than pleasure. That's why emotional presence and attentiveness are often valued more highly than speed or penetration. Research shows that women often report higher satisfaction when their partner is patient, attentive, and focused on building connection before intercourse. In fact, many women say the moments of foreplay feel even more intimate than the act itself because it demonstrates care, passion, and presence. In short, foreplay is not optional. It's the foundation of pleasure. For women, emotional intimacy and physical stimulation go hand in hand. When foreplay is given the attention it deserves, penetration becomes not just an act of sex, but the natural continuation of a deeply connected experience. Why emotional safety unlocks female desire, psychology, and intimacy. Facts. For women, sexual arousal is not just about the body. It's about feeling safe, secure, and emotionally protected. Without this foundation, even physical attraction may not be enough to awaken true desire. The female brain is wired to seek safety before allowing the body to respond sexually. When a woman feels emotionally secure with her partner, her nervous system relaxes and her brain begins releasing oxytocin, the hormone of bonding and trust. This chemical lowers stress hormones like cortisol and opens the body to arousal. When she feels unsafe, whether through arguments, neglect, or lack of trust, the opposite happens. Her body may resist intimacy, the vaginal muscles may stay tense, and lubrication may be reduced. This isn't rejection. It's biology. The brain simply cannot focus on pleasure when it perceives risk or emotional. Disconnection, emotional safety is built through small but powerful actions, listening without judgment, showing consistency and reliability, offering reassurance through words and touch, respecting boundaries and moving at her pace. These signals tell her subconscious mind, "You can let go. You are safe here." And when her mind relaxes, her body responds with stronger arousal, natural lubrication, and deeper pleasure. Psychologists emphasize that for women, desire flows through the heart before it reaches the body. When a man provides emotional safety, intimacy transforms from a physical act into a deeply fulfilling bond. In short, the path to female pleasure begins with trust. The more secure she feels in her partner's presence, the more her body will naturally surrender to intimacy, turning sex into a powerful experience of love, connection, and passion. Why women need mental stimulation for stronger arousal. Psychology. Facts. When it comes to sexual desire, many underestimate the power of the mind. For women, mental stimulation is often the key that unlocks physical arousal. Unlike men who may respond more quickly to visual triggers, women usually need the brain to be fully engaged before the body follows. The brain processes attraction through imagination, anticipation, and emotional connection. When a woman is mentally stimulated, through romantic conversation, playful teasing, or even intellectual chemistry, her body begins to react. Blood flow increases to the pelvic region, sensitivity rises, and natural lubrication starts. This is why emotional foreplay is just as important as physical touch. A woman who feels desired through words, attention, and affection often reports much stronger arousal than one who experiences only physical contact. The mental connection creates a deeper sense of intimacy, which amplifies physical pleasure. Hormones play a role too. Dopamine, the pleasure chemical, is released when she feels excited or desired. This heightens focus and anticipation, making intimacy far more satisfying. On the other hand, if her mind is distracted, anxious, or emotionally disconnected, arousal can stall, even if the physical stimulation is present. In fact, many women say their most memorable intimate moments weren't about technique, but about how their partner made them feel mentally and emotionally. The sense of being cherished, wanted, and truly understood is what sets the stage for unforgettable experiences. In short, female arousal is a mind-body connection. The more her mind is engaged, the more her body opens up to pleasure. For men, the secret is clear. Stimulate her thoughts and emotions first, and her physical desire will naturally follow. How hormones shape female sexual desire. Psychology and human behavior. A woman's sexual desire is not constant. It rises and falls, largely influenced by hormones. These natural chemical messengers play a powerful role in how the female body and mind respond to intimacy. During ovulation, estrogen levels peak. This increase heightens vaginal sensitivity, boosts natural lubrication, and often makes women feel more aroused and open to intimacy. Biologically, the body is signaling that it's the most fertile time, which explains why many women report stronger desire around this phase. Progesterone, on the other hand, can have the opposite effect. Higher levels of this hormone, which usually appear after ovulation, may lower sexual energy and reduce spontaneous arousal. It's the body's way of shifting focus from reproduction to stability.